Okay. Uh, Good morning, students. Today we will discuss about new chapter, new model, that is decision tree. Okay. The outline of this today's class is to, okay. So what is, how we will represent the decision tree. Okay. So what are the appropriate problems for decision tree learning and the basic decision tree algorithm. Okay, so then after that, hypothesis based search in decision tree learning, inductive bias in decision tree learning, and issues. What are the different issues? Okay, so in this, these are the outline of this module. Okay, so the first thing is, first we will discuss about how we will represent the decision tree. Okay, so what are the different types of classification techniques and all those things we will discuss in today's class. So here we already know that in machine learning we have two different types of techniques. Okay, so two main different types of techniques are available in machine learning, that is supervised learning and unsupervised learning. Okay, in supervised learning means data is represented, that is using labels. So whenever we have represented the data in the form of labels, at that time we are applying supervised learning technique. In unsupervised technique, data are not labeled. So at that time we are using unsupervised technique. Those are the two main different types of machine learning techniques. So in that supervised technique, we have lot of different techniques we have. So here in that classification technique is one type. Okay, so that is classification technique. So in that classification technique, we will have n number of algorithms or methods are available. Okay, so in classification technique, it is one of the classification technique is one of the supervised learning technique. In that classification technique, we have decision tree based methods. Okay, so that is one technique we have discussing, that is in classification we are discussing decision tree. So in classification we will have n number of techniques are available. Okay, so in classification only n number of techniques are available. In that classification we are discussing about decision tree based methods. Okay, that is decision tree we are discussing. Okay, then what is decision tree? Okay, so here this decision tree I will discuss in detail. Just I will give simple introduction. Okay, here this decision tree can be constructed, okay, by an algorithmic approach that can be split the data set into different ways. Okay, so that can split the data set into different ways based on different conditions, that is yes or no. Example, yes or no conditions. So here we have a data set. The data set is to split, or we are constructing a decision tree from root to leaves based on some conditions, based on yes or no conditions. Okay, so based on yes or no conditions we are constructing a decision tree. Okay, so that is one technique. Okay, I will discuss that one in detail. Okay, after this thing. Okay, so this is the first thing. We are constructing a decision tree for the data set based on yes or no condition. Okay, so like that in that classification we are having one more technique, that is rule based methods. Okay, so this is also a classification technique, this rule based method. Okay, so this rule based method, this is also a classification technique that can be used to refer any classification scheme that can make use of if then rules. So here what we are doing in decision tree, we are using yes or no condition. So here in rule based method we are using if then. Okay, that's all. If then rule classification. If condition is satisfied, we are going to one side. If condition is false, we are going another side. Okay, so that one we are calling as a rule based method. When you come to instance based method, so ordered, okay, so in instance based method it is nothing but it is a learning algorithm. It compares the new problem instance with it compares the new problem instance with the instance seen in the training. It means it will compare the one data set with the data is stored in the training data set, that is the training data set is stored in the memory. Okay, so here we are comparing the one data set with the data is stored in some other memory location. Okay, so that one we will call it as an instance based method. Okay, so here when you come to probability based method, we will here we will in the classification techniques we are randomly selecting choice. Okay, so we are randomly select this choice, that one we will call it as probability based methods. So when you come to neural network, so we already know that neural network is a, here we'll have a n number of neurons. Okay, so all neurons are connected. Okay, and we have each neuron having a particular weight. Okay, so like that we will have a then artificial neural network. That is also one type of classification technique. So when you come to support vector machine, that is also one type of classification technique. Okay, so in that what we are it is also a supervised learning. So this one it is used for classification also, it will used, and it will used for regression also. Okay, so then logic based, the last one is logic based methods. So here we have some logics. Okay, that is it may be yes or no, or it may be if then. So based on some logic we are classifying the data sets. Okay, so these are the different data sets. Okay, so in that classification techniques we are concentrating only on decision trees. So leave these things. Okay, just we are concentrating on decision tree based methods. Okay, so then what do you mean by decision tree? So before, okay, so here when you come to classification technique, okay, so here why it is important, so what are all the applications of this decision tree or a classification technique? See here, I want to predict a tumor cell. Okay, so here in a brain we will have a tumor, we will get a, we will have some tumor cells or something is there. We need to predict whether that cell is in being or a malignant, or it is in a danger condition. Okay, so based on that X-ray or other things from that image, we will predict using classification technique. We will predict whether the tumor cell is a beginning or it is in a danger condition. That one we will call it as a malignant. Okay, so like that we have a classifying a credit card transaction as it is a legitimate or a fraud. So we need to classify a credit card transaction whether it is a what you are calling as legally or it is a fraudulent. Okay, so that one is also we can do. So that is we have a problem. Or another problem, we need to classify a secondary structures of proteins as alpha in helix, beta sheet, or in random coil. So suppose we want to classify that protein in a gene. Okay, so based on alpha helix or a beta sheet or a random coil, so those things we can classify in this using classification technique. And another one is categorizing news stories as a finance, weather, entertainment, sports. Okay, so news stories you need to classify whether it will become to finance, or whether it will become to weather, or it will become to an entertainment, or it will become to sports, etc. Okay, so here we will get, when we have to classify or categorize, or when you want to predict, so for all these different applications, this classification technique, this decision tree is very, very important. Okay, so these are some applications, or these are some examples, whatever. Okay, so this we have a number of applications are available for this decision tree. Okay, so then what is your decision tree representation? What is decision tree learning? Okay, so this decision tree learning is one of the predictive modeling approach. Okay, so used in machine learning. So predicting means we will predict some future. Okay, so this using this decision learning tree. Okay, using this decision learning, we will predict. That is that we will predict. We will assume future things. That one we will call it as a predictive modeling approach used in machine learning. Okay, so here we need to predict a future things in that. It uses a decision tree to go from observation about an item to conclusion about the item target values. Obviously, see here what happens. We have a data set. From that data set, we will take an item. From that item till the decision will end, the target value, whatever the target value we have not, till to reach, we will construct a decision tree. I will give an example. Okay, so I will give an example about that decision tree, how we will start from the root node and how we will end the leaf node. Okay, so it uses a decision tree to go from the observation about an item. If you take your item, okay, after that you will go to conclusion for the target value. Okay, this decision tree is a supervised learning technique. I already told that. So here we are taking is label data. Once we have label data, that is nothing but a supervised learning technique that can be used for both classification and regression problems. Okay, so I already told that what is that classification and regression problem. Okay, so for both things, this one decision tree will be used, but mostly it is preferred for solving classification problem. Okay, mostly we are concentrating on classification problem using this decision tree. Okay. See here, look here. So this is a decision tree. So here, this is how we will represent the decision tree. This decision tree it will start from the root node and it will end the leaf nodes. Okay, it will start from the root node and it will end the leaf node. In intermediate node, we will have all the decisions based on decision tree will be constructing. These things we will call intermediate nodes. Okay, so it is a graphical representation for getting all the possible solutions to a problem or a decisions based on a given condition. Okay, so this decision tree is a graphical representation for getting all possible solutions. See here, not single solution, all possible solutions to a particular problem based on given condition. Okay, so it is a graphical representation for getting all possible solutions to a problem based on a given conditions. It is called a decision tree because similar to a tree. So why we are calling as a decision tree? Because it is similar to a tree. It starts from the root node. Okay, so which expands on further branches. Okay, it will start from the root node and it expand further branches and construct a tree-like structure. Why we are calling decision tree? Because it looks like a tree. Okay, it starts from the root node and it will expand the branches and construct a tree-like structure. That's why we are calling as a decision tree. Okay, a decision tree simply asks a question. Okay, so in constructing a decision tree, it will ask a simple questions. Based on answer yes or no, it further split into subtrees. Okay, this decision tree simply asks a question and based on that answer, if it is yes or no, it will further split into tree. Okay, that is, it will split into further subtrees. Okay. Here we'll so here this is the decision node. Okay, so this is the decision nodes. So after that we will have, if it is yes, it will comes to this side, or if it is no, it will comes to this side. So like that, here also we will have one decision. If it is yes, it will comes to left side. If it is no, it will comes to right side, like that. So here also we will have a decision tree. So here we get a from the root node. We will suppose if the value is no, then we will come to this decision. So here we will have a yes or no condition. Okay, if it is yes, it will comes to one end, a leaf. If it comes, here we will have a decision. In that, after that, here also we will have yes or no. If it is yes, one leaf node, we will get a no, another leaf node. Like that, these are the intermediate decision nodes, and this is the root node is the decision node. Okay, so we'll have in root also we'll have decision nodes, and in intermediate also we'll have decision tree. This one we will call it as one subtree. Okay, so here in a decision tree there are two nodes which are decision nodes and leaf nodes. Okay, in decision tree here we have a two nodes. One is decision nodes. I already told that in root and in intermediate decision nodes we have two things. Another one is leaf nodes. These are the leaf nodes. Decision nodes are used to make any decisions and have multiple branches. Okay, so decision nodes which are used to make any decisions and have multiple branches. Any decisions, so we may take a yes or no decisions based on the decision tree. Then after that we will have a n number of multiple branches. Leaf nodes are the output of those decisions and do not contain any further branches. If we have a leaf node, get that. So for the subtree, that is the last node. Okay, suppose if we can this for this subtree, so this leaf node means this is the output of that decision, that is the end of that subtree, sub branch. Okay, so here leaf nodes are the outputs of those decisions and do not contain any further branches, that is the end. Okay, if you got a leaf node, that is the end. After that you don't have a next sub or a split tree. Or the decisions are the tests are performed on the basis of features of the given data sets. Okay, the decisions or the tests are performed on the basis of features of the given data set. Okay, so based on the features of the given data set, the tests are performed. Okay, for example, here, okay, so I will take one example. Okay, so this is an example of a decision tree. Okay, so here we have a data set. Okay, so in that here we have 4 attributes: refund, material, marital status, and taxable income, and cheat. So this is the target. Okay, so this is the target. This will comes to the leaf node. These values will comes to leaf node, and these are the 3 attributes we have. So we are starting from first attribute. Okay, refund as the root node. Okay, so here in that refund, I want to build a decision tree. Okay, for example, I will take one example. Okay, see here, refund. So value is yes or no. If it is yes, the cheating is no. If refund value is yes, cheating is no. Check it. See here, if refund is yes, cheating is no. Refund is yes, cheating is no. Refund is yes, cheating is no. Okay, so that is the one thing. Okay, a refund is no. Suppose a particular person has taken a loan or something, so then he is not able to refund the thing. Okay, so that is the thing. So here, suppose if you have a refund is no. So if refund is no, so then what we have? We will have a material marital status. Okay, so then marital status comes to refund is no, marital status, and after that, so here in marital status we have a single is there, married is there, divorce is there. Okay, so here when you come to married, okay, so when you come to married, marital status, when you come to married, so it will be cheating is no. Okay, if a person is married, then cheating is no. So suppose if he is not a married person, it means singles are divorced, and we will comes to next taxable income. Okay, so this task based on this taxable income, suppose if it is taxable income is greater than 80k, okay, so then is cheating is yes. If it is less than 80k, so is cheating is no. So like that, based on these values, we will construct a decision tree. So I will go to step by step here. Okay, so here apply the model to test the data. Start the root node. Okay, so here for this data set, so here refund is no, marital status is married, and taxable income is 80k, whether he will cheat or not. Okay, so this is the test, that is the training data. We have trained the data, and we need to test the data whether cheating is no. So based on the data set. Okay, so here refund yes. Okay, so here the refund is yes means he is not cheating. Okay, if refund is no, then we will have a marital status. If marital status is no, okay, if it is single or divorced, taxable income, it is greater than 80,000, is not cheating, is cheating yes. If it is less than 80k, it will be cheating no. Okay, so I will see here. Okay, so first one. See here, so this is the first attribute we have. Be carefully listen here. This is the first test attribute. Okay, so here refund, this will becomes the root of the node. Okay, so refund is the root of the node. Then after that, okay, so next value is whether yes or no. Here value is no. Okay, so here refund is no. Okay, so refund is no means then what we are going to then material marital status. Okay, so refund is no, then marital status Okay, so here he is married. Marital status, he is married. Okay, so marital status, he is married. If it is married, okay, so if he is married, then cheating is no. Okay, so if he is married, cheating is no. So then assign cheat to no here. Okay, based on this condition, based on like that, we will construct a decision tree. Okay, so here we have a data set. So here you can check it. So here the refund is yes. Okay, so then cheating is no. If refund is no, then go to marital status, whether he is married or not. Okay, if he is married, there is no. If he is married, there is no cheating. See here, married, married no, married no, married no, married no, married no. Okay, so it means for all possible training data, that married is not cheating. When you come to single, okay, so here we have single. So then after that we will go for the taxable income. Okay, if taxable income is greater than 80k, 125k, so then he is cheating. No. Okay, and check it. If it is less than 70k, here also no. If it is greater than 95k, cheating is yes. So based on this, we will put the final answer. These are all the leaf nodes. These are all the final nodes of the decision tree. Okay, that example we have taken. So this is here we are testing the data. Okay, so based on whether refund, this is the first one, it will becomes a root of the node. Then second one, this material status is no. Then after that, sorry, refund is no. Then marital status is married. Okay, so if it is married, then the assign to cheating to no. Okay, so like that we will apply the model to test data. So another example for a decision tree, a candidate who has a job offer and wants to decide whether he should accept the offer or not. Okay, suppose after completion of your semester you want to whether you want to offer a job, acceptance of the offer letter or not. So for that I am constructing a decision tree. Okay, so your leaf node corresponds to a class levels and attributes are represented to the internal nodes of the tree. So here suppose a salary is between $50,000 to $80,000. Okay, for a particular job, a salary offer, they are offering 50,000 or between $50,000 to $80,000. If it is no, then don't accept the offer. I am declining the offer. If it is in between 50,000 to 80,000, then yes, I am accepting the offer. Not directly accepting, then we will have some more questions to offer the thing. So here, office near to home. If it is not, then decline the offer. If it is yes, then you will check for the one more condition, whether they will provide a job cab facility. If it is no, decline the offer. If it is the yes, accept the offer. So here, based on different criteria, so you are accepting the offer. If one of the criteria is not matching, you are declining the offer. So first thing is whether the salary is between 50,000 to 80,000 dollar. So then after that you can accept. You are not accepting, you are checking some more condition. If it is okay, so if it is not, means you are declining the offer. So then after that what you are doing, whether that office is near to your home. If it is too far from your home, then no use. Okay, that it will take a traveling time more than 2 to 3 hours, means what is the use of going to that job? Okay, so here the office is near to home, yes, then they will provide a cab. If it is provided, if they are providing a cab, then I will accept the offer. Okay, so these are the yes here, yes, then accept the offer. So if any one of the condition is faced, then decline the offer. This is one example of a decision tree. Okay, so another example of decision tree, a body temperature. So here whether we will classify whether that particular animal is mammal or non-mammals. Okay, so here first one is decision is body temperature. So if it is warm-blooded, if it is cold-blooded. If it is cold-blooded, it will be non-mammals. When you come to warm-blooded, so we can't directly put mammal. So we need to condition some more. We need to check some more conditions. So if it is warm-blooded, whether they will give birth or not. If they are giving birth, then we will have some more condition. If they give birth, no means that is non-mammals. So here one condition is not satisfied, then it will be non-mammals. So when you come to it will give birth if it is four-legged. Okay, if it is four-legged, then if it is yes, then it will have a mammals. If it is no, it is a non-mammals. Okay, so like that we will have a conditions. Okay, so we will have a conditions and requirements. Okay, the thing is, if you observe all these things, we are doing only two things: mammals or non-mammals, accept a job or not accept, and decline an offer. So it means yes or no conditions. The final thing is the target value is yes or no. That's all in a decision tree. Okay, to reach that one, we are constructing a decision tree. So in first one, whether cheating is doing cheating, yes or no. So for that we are constructed a decision tree. Okay, so for whether to accept an offer or decline an offer, yes or no. So for that we will have constructed decision tree. And here we have a whether that animal is mammals or non-mammals. So for that we are constructing a decision tree. Okay, so these are some examples of decision tree. So based on that, we'll represent the decision tree. So here we will have an example data set for play tennis. So here we have this is very important data set. So based on this data set, whether we will play tennis or not, that's all. Yes or no. Okay. So here, for example, outlook, temperature, humidity, wind. So these are the four attributes, and this is the target attribute. Okay, that is yes or no. Target value yes or no, whether we will play tennis or not based on this condition. So here outlook is sunny, temperature is hot, and humidity is high. Weak is then we don't play tennis. So here when you come to yes, outlook is overcast and temperature is hot and humidity is high and wind is weak, then we will play the tennis. So here we will for this also we will construct a decision tree. Here we have 14 data set. Okay, so here when you construct a decision tree, based on that we will have this. Okay, so here this is the suppose if you have taken outlook as a one, this is your root of the tree. If outlook is overcast, we are playing tennis. Okay, so for that we have, and if it is raining, we won't play tennis. Okay, for that also we will have some subtrees. You leave it. Okay, so when outlook is sunny. Okay, so when outlook is sunny, so then we will go for the next decision attribute, humidity. If humidity is high, then we won't play tennis. If humidity is normal, we will play tennis. So then outlook is sunny, humidity is normal, then we will play tennis. Okay, so outlook is sunny, humidity is normal, then we will play tennis. So this is the final decision tree for that play tennis. So we will construct that decision tree. Okay, so for that we will have a different steps we have. So we are constructing decision tree for that. Okay, so this is the each internal node test and attribute. Okay, and each branches corresponds to attribute value of a node. Okay, so if normal, if it is yes or no. Okay, so each leaf node assigns a classification, whether it will be yes or no. So this is the internal node, this is the each branch internal branch node. Okay, and this is the final leaf node. Okay, so then what are the appropriate problems for decision tree learning? Okay, so here what are the some appropriate problems in decision tree learning is, so here first thing is instances are represented by attribute value pair. Okay, so here instances are represented by attribute value pair, obviously. So if humidity will have a value, So like that, if it is a refund for that also we will have. So here instance are described by a fixed set of attributes and the values. Based on that attribute values only, we will construct a decision tree. So we don't have, if we have a huge attribute values, then it will be difficult to construct a decision tree. Suppose for example, so here for Outlook, here we have sunny overcast training. If we have 20 values is there, at the time what can we do? Okay, so it will be very difficult. Okay, here we have three values, you can easily, okay, that is one appropriate problem. Then target function has discrete output values. Okay, so here this target in decision tree we will have the final thing is yes or no, that's all. Okay, the decision tree assigns a Boolean classification, that is example yes or no to each examples. Decision tree methods easily extends to learning function with more than two possible output. Okay, so we may extend with more than two possible output values. Usually it will be yes or no Boolean values. Okay, that is one thing. So here we have a discrete output values. We don't have continuous values. We won't get in this decision tree. Okay, disjunctive description may be required. Okay, so here what happens when you are constructing a decision tree? So here we may at the middle we may disjunctive between the nodes also. So from the data set, we won't construct all the data set examples paste in the decision tree. We may leave when we have a testing the data. Okay, the training data may contain errors. Obviously, a training data, when your training data contains the errors, so it will be very difficult to construct a decision tree. Okay, so the decision tree learning methods are robust to errors. See here, the decision tree are robust to errors, both errors in classification for the training examples and errors in the attribute values that describes these examples. Okay, this training data may contains errors at the time that the decision tree are robust to errors, so it may be difficult to construct a decision tree. And also some training data may contain some missing attribute values. Okay, so here what happens? So in that when you are constructing a decision tree, so in that some values are missing. Suppose you are constructing a decision tree, so here for temperature, something this hot value is missing. So then what you will do? So that is unknown. So at that time it's very difficult to construct a decision tree. That one here they are telling when these are the some appropriate problems. The decision tree methods can be used even when some training examples have unknown values. At that time also we can be used even when the some training examples have unknowns. So here, so better you need to identify that unknown values. After that you will go for constructing a decision tree. Okay, so these are the some appropriate problems for decision tree. In exams, they may ask what is decision tree and what are the appropriate problems for the decision tree learning. So you can write these by and how we will represent the decision tree. All those things they will ask in final exam. Okay, so next class I will discuss about basic decision tree algorithm. So in the decision tree algorithm, we will have a number of algorithms are available. So I will discuss one algorithm. They have ID3 algorithm, that is very famous algorithm. That algorithm we will discuss in next class. Okay, so today we will discuss about what do you mean by decision tree learning. Okay, what are different classification techniques? Okay, what are different classification techniques? Then after that, what are different in that classification techniques, how we will we are taking decision tree and how we will construct a decision tree, and we have taken an example of that decision trees. Okay, so then after that we have what are the different appropriate problems for the decision tree. All those things we have discussed in today's class. Next class I will discuss about the basic decision tree algorithm. Okay, if you have any doubt, any clarification, kindly communicate with me. Okay, thank you very much. I will end the session now. If you have any doubt, anything, kindly communicate with me. Thank you, Pa. Thank you very much. You can leave the session now. Thank you, Pa. Thank you very much. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
ಇದನ್ನು ಹಾಕ್ಬೋದಾ ಸರ್ ಸಿಒಪಿ
ಸರ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಬೇಡ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ.